Hi everybody, myself Professor Patil RK, working in College of Engineering Maregaon as an assistant professor. So today I will discuss with you regarding to the paper publications. So what is the advantages of paper publication as concerned to the students? Then I will discuss about the terminology of these paper publications. Okay, so let's start. So first we see that what is the public paper publications. So it is the leading world organization for publishing research work. Second point is the publishing a research paper in a peer review. So actually in this slide we discuss about what is the meaning of the paper publications, means why we publish the papers. So paper publication is the actually leading world organization for publishing the research work. Means suppose you are the last year students and you want to publish your work globally. At that time you should require one platform where you want to publish your work. So this is the way to publish your work. Okay, so next slide. What is the advantages of paper publications? So if you publish one paper, whether it is in the conference or journals, then it improves the writing skill. Second, it helps in knowledge for upgradation. Keep me updated. Then teaches me about literature survey. Next, make me happy. Means if you complete some work, then one you will get one point where you make a happy. Next is the to create the set of knowledge. Then appreciate my work. Means if you publish you one paper in a conference or journal, then you get the appreciations from your friends, from your societies, or whether you are where you work in a company or college. So this is the big achievement if you publish a paper in the journal or conference, so you get the appreciation from others. Then this is the publicity to my work. Means whatever you done the works, so you get the publicity for your work when you publish the papers. Then add values in yourself. Next, keep me alive as a researcher. Next, motivate others to research. Means when you publish one paper, then definitely you motivate the others to publish the paper for regarding to the your work. Next, to give a chance to externally access my works. So actually practically if we see the advantages of paper publications, so the first advantage is the to get the funding. Means if you have any idea in your mind and if you implement this idea, then you definitely get the funding for any future scope. Then to get the promoted, means in your job, and if you publish some work in a journal or conference, then you will get the promoted. Next, you get a new job if you publish one paper. Or to keep the your job, means it gives the assurance of your job when you publish number of papers in a journal or conference. So these are the advantages of paper publications. uh, this is the most important questions, where you want to publish the papers. Okay, I think at this point you get the what is mean by paper publications. uh, Paper publication is the platform where you want to publish your work. Next, we seen that what is the advantages of paper publications. These advantages is related to your job, related to your promotions. So related to your you get the appreciation. These are the advantages of paper publications. Okay, so next question is arises in your mind. uh, the question is the where to publish the papers. Okay, So there are the two ways to publish the paper. First way is the conference and second is the journals. Means you, if you want to publish a paper, so there are the two ways. One way is the you publish your work in the conference, and second way is the you publish your work in the journals. Okay, so uh, as per my suggestion, uh, if uh, if you not publish any paper, and this if you paper is if the paper is the first paper, then you go to the conference. So first you publish your paper, first paper, it should be in the conference. It's very easy to publish your paper. In journal, you will definitely publish a paper in journal, but you may get some time. So these are the two ways to publish your papers. So first way is the conference. So first we see that what is the advantages of conference. So if you publish paper in conference, then it takes short time for feedback. Second, presenting the work done so far, interacting with international audience working in the same field, negotiation and feedbacks. Selecting a conference of publication is very easy job as compared to the journals. So as per my opinion, if you publish paper first time, then you go for the conference, it take less time. Okay, it will take less time, but if you go for the journal, then it will give the large time. So you prefer the first conference and then you go to the journals. So these are the drawbacks of conference. Some conference take whatever you send them if you participated in the event. So in next slide we will see how to select the conference. This is the slide selecting the conference. So while you choose the conference for publishing your work, then you first check what is the theme of this conference, means what is the subject of this conference, म्हणजे which type of paper they collecting, which type of work they collecting and sharing to the world. So this is the most important point. Your work is related to the conference topic. Second, check who is organizer, means whatever the conference, first you see that who is organizer, whether it is a IEEE organizer, ASME organizer, IIT organizer, NIT organizer, or I square SC organizer. If this institute organize the conference, then you definitely go for publishing your paper in this conference. Otherwise you don't publish your paper in other conference. Next is the check publishing, means whether it is a proceeding or journal, means lots of conference selected paper publish in the Scopus journal. So this is a very benefit for as per your concern. So you also check where the your paper is only in the proceeding, or whether your paper is publishing in the Scopus journal or citation index journals. So this also you will check, and according to this you choose the conference. So these are the 3 points. First, the check the subject of the conference, then check who is organized this conference, and third, when you representing your paper in this conference, then your paper, whether your paper is publishing in proceeding, only proceeding, or whether it is your paper is publishing in the journal, in the Scopus journal. So these 3 points are most important when you choose the conference. Next point is the journals. So we already seen the first method is the conference where you want to publish the paper, and second method is the journal. So here I have given the advantages of journal papers. First advantage is the frequently peer reviewed. That is, the paper will carefully evaluated for errors and possibly rewrite the couple of times. So, suppose you want to publish paper in a journal, then you should check whether it is a peer reviewed or not. If that journal is peer reviewed, then you go for this. Otherwise, you don't go for this. Second point is the higher impact factor compared to the proceeding. Then you check with what is the impact factor. We will see regarding to this. These are the terminology of the peer journals. Next point is the high quality papers with deep analysis, useful feedback from reviewer. Means actually this is a very difficult process to publish paper in high index journals. So if you publish the paper in that journals, then it's very good for your career. Next is the drawbacks of journal papers. Means it gives the drawback. There is only one drawback. It gives more time as compared to the conference. But uh, you take the patience, then it's very beneficial for you. Similar way here, which see how to select the journals. Okay, so there are the two types of journal. First is the paid journal and second is the unpaid journal. So one point is noted in your mind. If you done your work from your side, then don't go for the unpaid journals. If you go for the paid journals, then this is the waste of your research or this is the waste of your work. So please, I suggest you don't go for the paid journals. You compulsory go for the unpaid journals. This is very useful as per your as concern to your career. Okay, so when you go to the unpaid journals, then first you check whether this journal is indexing, scopus indexing, science citation indexing. So these terms are also important. We will see in the next slide. Next is the what is the impact factor of this journal, uh, who is given by the Thomson Reuters. Then you check that what is the site score of this journal. Then you see that what is the H index. H index, it is related to the author. So here we see what is mean by indexing. In previous slide, I suggest you go for the unpaid journals, and when you go for the unpaid journals, then most important point is the indexing. Means if you want to publish a paper in a journal, then you first check that what is the indexing of that journals. Okay, so indexing of journal is considered a reflection of its quality. Means actually indexing indicate the quality of journals. Okay, so there is one example. If the journal is scopus indexing, then that journal is very good as concerned to the quality. If the journal is the scopus index or UGC care, if the journal is present in the UGC care list, then it is a very good. So while choosing the journal for publishing the paper, so first you check what is the whether this journal is indexing or not. uh, Third point show that a journal is termed as the index journal if it is an index in Thomson Reuters, who is given the impact factor. Then annual journal citation report JCR, indexed by SCIE, Science Citation Index. So indexing is a most important point if you want to publish paper in the journals. uh, this is the most important term is the impact factor. Means when you go for the publishing your work into the journal, then this word you are continuously hearing, impact factors. Okay, so the journal impact factor is the average number of times articles from the journal published in the past 2 years have been cited in the JCR years. So impact factor is calculated by dividing the number of citation in the JCR year by the total number of articles published in the two previous years. Means here you take one example. Suppose you choose one journal. Journal means this is one database. Sorry, uh, if you choose one journal, and in that journal there are total 250 papers are published in 2 years. This is one example. So here actually they already given this example. In a particular journal there are 100 papers published in 2016 and 150 papers published in 2017. In the year of 2018 only these 250 articles were cited 750 times. Means if you choose one journal and there are total in previous 2 years there are 250 papers are published in that journal from previous 2 years, and out of these 250 journals there are 750 citations are. Means these papers are reviewed, referred by other authors. This is actually called as the citation. Means suppose म्हणजे already I will given one quantity 250. Means previous 2 years 250 papers are published in that particular journal, and in that 250 journals 750 authors refers these journals. So if you take the division in between these, then you get the number 3. So 3 is the impact factors. So this is a very good impact factor. Another method to find the impact factor is Thomson router. So this is the method to find the impact factor, and this is the site to find out the impact factors. So I suggest when you choose the journals, first you check whether it is a indexing or not, and second check the impact factors, and specially for the Thomson routers. So next slide is the major difference between site score and journal impact factors. So actually these two terms are also you are hearing continuously if you are published some papers in journals. One word is the site score and second word is the journal impact factors. So site score calculation is based on the Scopus data. Site score calculation is based on to the Scopus data, while impact factor is based on to the Web of Science data. So here Scopus is the database where number of journals are present. Web of Science is also database where the number of journals are present. So site score is related to the Scopus data. So here you just uh, reminder that site score and impact factor are very closely together. Means it gives the quality of the journals. Okay, so site score is given by to the is based on to the Scopus database, and impact factor is based on to the Web of Science database. Next is the method of finding journals. So here there are the three databases. First is the Scopus where number of journals are present. Next is the SJR, and third is the UGC care. Here I put it down to the link to check the how many journals are present in the Scopus, how many journals are present into the SJR, how many journals are present into the UGC care. Means any journal is present into this database, then its quality is very good. If the journal present into this three database, then you go to the publish your work into that journals. This is the actual method. Use Scopus journal matrix to find the journal ranking and site score of other measures. means if you want to check whether this journal is Scopus indexed, then you go through these steps. Go to the Scopus source. These are the sites where you check whether your journal is present into the Scopus or not. Okay. This is the another site where you check whether your journal is present into the SGR. If your journal present into the SGR, then its quality is very good. Then you go to publish your work into that journals. Means these and third is the UGC care. Means if you want to publish paper, if you want to represent your work into the paper through paper, so you want one platform. So if you choose the platform for journals, then you go to these three sites. First check that whether this journal is present into the UGC care, whether this journal is present into the Scopus database, or whether this journal is present into the SGR. If the journal present into these three database, then you go for publishing your work into that particular journals. So I think you got important points. I repeat these important points. First is the what is the meaning of the paper publications. So in paper why we go for the paper publications, means paper publication is the platform. Actually paper publication is the platform where you publish your research work. Means if you have any idea in your mind and if you implement this idea, so here you want to represent your work globally. At that time you want one you want one platform. Then this paper publication is the platform where you publish your work. This is the main point. Next I think I suggest uh, to go first conference. Means if you want to publish your work first time, then you should go to the conference, not go to the journals. Okay. But while choosing the conference, first you check that what is the subject of this conference, then who is organized this conference, and whether the when you represent your paper into that particular conference, then you check that whether it is a only proceeding or your paper is published in any other database, whether it is a Scopus, UGC care. So these are the points. And I also suggest that the journal the first method, the first platform is the conference, and second platform is the journals. So as concerned to the conference, you publish your work as is very in very less time as compared to the journals. So first you go to the conference and then you go to the journals. If you publish your paper in journals, then it is a very beneficial for you as concerned to your promotions, as concerned to getting a new job or to keep your jobs. So this is a most important activity as your career. When you publish your paper, then you definitely get some appreciations from your seniors. uh, so these are the some important points when you write the research papers. So when you write a paper, so these are the main points. First is the title, affiliations and footnote. Second is the abstract and keyboard. Third is the introduction. Next is the literature review. Next, methodology and experimentation. Next, result and discussion. Conclusion, acknowledgement and references. So uh, when you write a research paper, then these points comes under these papers. So here I suggest how to write the title, how to make the applications, how to the footnote, how to write abstracts, okay, one by one. So first we see that how to write the title or application of your paper. First point is the title should be limited to 8 to 15 words. Title not to be long. as greater than 15 words. Okay, this is the most important point. Title, it should be 8 to 15 words. It's relevant to the subjects. This is the most important point. Your topic name should be related to the subjects. Next is in a single phrase. Next is the it correct grammar and proper capitalization, and how I avoid abbreviations. Means in title you don't write any abbreviations. Okay, so these points you should take care while you giving the title of your papers. Okay, next is the abstract. When you write the abstract, then these are the important points. One is the म्हणजे in first paragraph you mention the importance and introduction. Second is the methods. Methods means on what you did. Next is the result, means practical applications, and last is the implications of your research, means what is the use of your work as concerned to the society. So these points should be covered in the abstract. Next point is the keyword. Keyword, it's only 4 to 8 keywords, not more than 8 words or not less than 4 words. Next is the introduction. When you write the introduction in your paper, so these points should be take care. First is the introduce your topic, create some context and background, tell your reader about the research you plan to carry out, state your rationale, explain why your research is important, and state your hypothesis. Means in introduction you should represent the hypothesis. Hypothesis means the expected outcomes, which output you want to expect from your work. This should be included in the introduction slide. Next is the literature review. Next point is the literature review. In literature review, search for relevant literatures, evaluate sources, means which resources are used to evaluate the literature survey. This should be come in your paper. Identify the themes, debates, gaps, outline the structure, write your literature review. Okay. In a methodology, the methodology section should generally be written in the past tense. This is the most important point. Means when you write the methodology, then methodology section should be generally be written in the past tense. Next is explain your methodology approach and describes your method of data collection. Describe your methods of analysis. Evaluate and justify your methodology choices. Tips for writing a strong methodology. Frequently asked questions about methodology. This is the actually key part of your paper. So write carefully. Results and discussion. In results, you write the findings, comparisons of prior studies, limitation of your work. Actually, normally there is no need to write the limitation of your work. Okay. Next is the causal arguments, speculations, deduction arguments. These are the points in the results and discussion. So this is the conclusion. Restate the topic. You should briefly restate the topic as well as explaining why. Restate your thesis. It is important. Means you should focus whether you done your work. This is very important. Briefly summarize your main points. Add the points up. Make a call to action when appropriate. Answer that so what questions. So what, this is the most important question. Mean when you write the conclusion, then you should get the answer for this so what. Acknowledgement. In this article which describes what types of contributions warrant mention in the acknowledgement sections of a paper. When you write the reference, there are the three ways to write the references. First is the APA, second is the MLA, MLM, and third is the Chicago-Turban style. These are the three methods. Normally, actually, in this APA, we normally use the Vancouver styles or Harvard styles. This is the most important point when you publish a paper. One, this is the plagiarism. So you should know what is meant by plagiarism. Means if you write one paper, if you complete to write, if you complete your paper, then you check the your paper whether it is a plagiarized or not. So plagiarism means stealing information, thoughts, ideas, tables, figures, illustrations. Okay, so here you check whether it is any duplications or whether it is stealing the information, thoughts, ideas, tables, figures, illustration, etc. from your papers. So these are the types of plagiarism. First type is the complete or global plagiarism. Second is the paraphrasing plagiarism. Third is the verbatim plagiarism. Next is the mosaic or patchwork plagiarisms. Next is the self plagiarism, and last is the accidental plagiarism. Means in these types, here you check whether your work is uh, true or not any copy or not any stealing informations. So through this plagiarism your work is checked. So these are the points. Means what is the complete word itself suggests that complete or global plagiarism means copying entire work and representing that as your one work. Means you copy the work from others and you treat it as this is the my work. So this is called as the complete plagiarism. So you don't go for this. If you publish a paper in journals, then at that time it check that whether your work is really done from you or you copy from others. And this is uh, doing through this plagiarism. So these are the plagiarism techniques you read from your side. This is most important softwares to plagiarism checkers. These are the free softwares: duplicate checkers, copy leaks, paper raters, plagiarism checkers, plugin, flag scan, flag tracer, Orkund. I suggest you prefer the Orkund. This is a free plagiarism checker, and these are the plagiarism checker by through paid plagiarism. Means here you pay some rupees to check your work whether it is a uh, not plagiarized or not plagiarized. So these are the 5 paid plagiarism checkers, but I suggest you go to the Turnitin softwares. Turnitin is very easy softwares to check whether your work is plagiarized or not. Citation I already given this informal citation. Citation is a formal reference to published or unpublished source. These are the references, and these are thank you so much. I think you got what I want to say. Means you if you are the last year students, then you should know what is the paper publications, what is the importance of paper publications, where you publish your papers. There are the two ways: conference and journals. Then I seen that what is the advantages of conferences, what is the advantages of journals. Then we seen that how to choose the conference. Then we seen that how to choose the journals. And then we see the number of terminologies of the journal, impact factors, what is the impact factors, what is the citation, what is the H index. So I think you got a little bit more idea of this paper publications. Okay, thank you so much and take care.